Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Midday Live. We are here, man. Always on a Monday. We're here to bring you all the results and all the talking points of the weekend. And as usual, guys, raise your hands if you are 3-point collectors. Oh, just me. Obviously, we have to wait until Roms gets here, but right now, I see it's banter Man United with their hands up, bro. Oh, damn, man. That's too bad for you lot, isn't it? It's crazy. But listen, we're going to dissect it all. Don't worry, people. Don will be here. Don't worry. Don is not going to go anywhere because we're going to cook him today, bro. He said Sanchez is back. And, he was gassing up Sanchez, man. So don't worry, man. Don't worry, man. But big up to Sava. George couldn't make it today, but big up to you, Sava, for filling in. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good. Thanks, mate. Good, yeah. Shame we couldn't get the 3 points and join the club, but very happy either way.
Yeah, big up to you always, man. We got man like Dan Potts in the building. Dan, how are you, man?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. I'm sick of my manager, but I'm all right.
Yeah.
And there looks like there's shit news about Madueke as well, by the way. So, yeah, it's not looking good.
Yeah, I heard about it. We'll touch on that as well, whether it's actually,
I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's true. It's all rumors at the moment. Yeah. Sounds like it's down for the season. So, yeah, mad.
Boy, man, it's crazy, man. And I've still got man like LB and that. What are you telling me, LB?
All right, come on, guys. Yeah, big up, man. Big up to everyone on the panel. Big up the chat. We're back again. We're going to cook Don in it. You know what I mean? When you see for his Sanchez takes. So, yeah, that'd be fun, isn't it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Big up to you. And obviously, I'll let you raise your hand now, Robs, man, because obviously I feel like you left out. But you can
I knew you would have done it without me. You're so shameless. But me too.
Big up.
Sav, great to have you back, bro. Big up Potts, big up LV side every time, big up the chat every time, man. And yeah, we need to cook. You know what? Potts and LV, you know what Don said to me straight after the game? I was on the phone to me, he was like, Potts and LB are gonna have a field day with me. I said, of course they will. You deserve it.
Yeah, man.
Me and LB can't even cook each other because it was a draw, so it's probably an all right result for this show for us. So we can now go and have some fun with Don, man. I had my fun last night. Pause. And he was not happy with me last night, so he's not going to be happy with me again. I'll tell you.
Boy, don't worry, man. He ain't going anywhere, man. Big up to Sava for the raid and Lee Judges for the raid as well, man. Thank you, lot. But listen, there's only one place to start, man. Did Arteta bottle it against Manchester City, man? It sounds weird saying that because it's like it's Guardiola, it's Man City who have 4 in a row previously to last season. It's a team that, let's be honest, it ain't no small team right now, but I ain't gonna lie to you guys, man. I had high hopes for this game. I thought this is our moment now. Because I'm gonna say our because I was supporting Arsenal yesterday, right? And you know what I mean? No, I was, man, because bro, I can't stand this Liverpool team, man. You know what I mean? Big up Don who's just come through. You get me? Like, I can't stand this Liverpool team. So I was like, bro, please, Arsenal, seize the moment and batter this Arsenal team, so Man City team. Not only beat them, but send a message, say, yo, you man are little mans now. You man ain't no title race. We're going to show you what he's at. Because they have been vulnerable. They've got 2 losses this season. Yes, cool, they beat Man United and they beat, what's the team that beat midweek? Napoli. But it wasn't a turning point for Man City. There were still areas in their game where I was like, yo, man, let's do something here, man. But again, Arteta, man, this brother, bro, what's wrong with this guy, man? And then I've got a clip to show you as well later on in a sec because he's so arrogant, man. Like, I come to you, Dan Potts, because obviously you're the Arsenal rep, but you must be fuming thinking the lineup there sent the message for the game, bro. That lineup told you everything you need to know what Arteta's plan was. And that wasn't to win the game. Let's be honest. It wasn't.
Nah, of course it wasn't, bruv. It was embarrassing. I don't know if the manager bottled it. I think I would probably use the word coward. I would probably use I just think he's a wimp, bruv, if I'm honest. He has got zero intention of winning games. And I've got to be honest, I don't know if Roms and LB agree with this. I would say it's probably one of the only times in the last decade, definitely in the last 5 years, where both Roms and LB would have gone, maybe Arsenal are favourites against us, here. I know you haven't been able to say that for a long time, to be honest with you. Even at Anfield, I mean, Liverpool always favourite Anfield, but I think there's a lot of Liverpool fans that were like, I don't know what we're going to get here. We ain't looking good. Arsenal got a better squad now. And handbrake needs to come off, as the comment says. It's embarrassing. It's boring. It's sideways. It's backwards. It's possession-based. The arrogance is frightening of this guy in press conferences. It's embarrassing. And I go into the game similar to how I did at Anfield, thinking I'm quietly confident we'll be all right here. I don't know if we'll win. I don't think we're going to lose. And I haven't been able to say that for a while because Liverpool and City have been unbelievable in the last 5 years. And I went into it at Anfield. I looked at the team news. I did the watch along and I went, we ain't winning. Oh, you can't be that negative. It's not even kicked off yet. We ain't winning. I know we ain't winning. And we end up losing the game. Then we go into this game. I'm quietly confident. I'm speaking to my guys. I'm speaking to my dad. I'm quietly confident. Like, really? Wow, that's not like you. I said, no, I'm quietly confident. Man City ain't all that. They're defensively vulnerable. We'll be all right. And then I look at the team news. We ain't winning. Ask D. D was with me. Yeah, he had to his family Arsenal, and he had to go and pick up something from the club shop. And he said, "Oh, what are you up to? Let's go for a drink." So me and D went for a drink before. I said to him, "He's like, you're quietly confident, yeah?" I said, "Yeah, I am." Yeah, looked at the team news. He said, "You're quietly confident." 1-1. That's what I said 1-1. What was the score? 1-1. I didn't think it was going to be 1-1, by the way, with a few minutes to go. But 1-1. And this manager has set us up in a way that says, I am shitting myself against the Manchester City side that are the weakest they've been since the treble season. I'm shitting myself against the Liverpool side that have made 5 first-team changes to their 11. Why are you so worried? Now, I'll say this. When you look at the team lineup, he had a couple of options. Arsenal have got a big squad now, right? So if Ødegaard's not playing, and he would have if he was fit, by the way, but if he's not playing, you've got a couple of options. You can play Ethan in the 10, or you can play Eze in the 10, or you can play Marino. The most defensive-minded one is Marino. He goes with that. Then you've got the left wing option, and you think, well, if Eze's not going to play in the 10, you're probably going to play him on the left. If you don't want to play him, you can play Martinelli, because he scored a couple of goals the other night, or you can play Trossard, because he got the couple of goals the other night. He's gone with Trossard, the one that has zero pace, the one that's not an outlet, the one that goes sideways and backwards unless you put him through on goal. So when I look at those 2 decisions, it tells me everything I need to know about the manager and the way that we're going to set up. On top of that, he's got 4 defensive players and Rice and Zubimendi in front of him. Then, on top of that, he's got Marino. Now, first of all, it's an unforgivable team selection, but it's even more unforgivable to go down 1-0 in 9 minutes. Now, don't take anything away from the goal. Gabriel got caught out. Haaland beat him in a running race, and he ain't going to miss, right? He just don't miss.
No,
we go 1-0 down. Then this guy decides to go, I think I might have got this wrong. So I'm going to fling on Eze and Saka at half time. And then we give him a little bit of praise to go, at least you finally admit you got it wrong. Then he waits till 70 to 80 minutes with Rice and Zubimendi still playing. He's still got Rice and Zubimendi in midfield when we're 1-0 down, and he's still playing Trossard to 70, 80 minutes. And people are saying, I'm praising Arteta. I've never seen Pep shit himself like that. Everyone off, all the attackers off, everyone behind the ball. Actually, what they've forgotten is Pep Guardiola's trying to win the game here because he knows they ain't better than Arsenal. He knows they can't get a kick. He knows we've got the whole of the game. We're dominating and we've got the whole of possession. He knows they're probably not going to score again, even though they nearly did, by the way. I don't know how that hit Eze and didn't go in. So I'm sitting there thinking, Pep Guardiola is the one who's actually got his numbers still, because he's had 7 defensive players and he's found himself 1-0 down. And when he's got the subs wrong, late, right, whatever you want to call it, Pep Guardiola's taken all of his attack off, going, try and score. Now, we did in the end, and I think they'll be disappointed that they let that one in because I thought it was pretty poor, right? But there is no way you can tell me that let's be real, neither of these sides are winning the league, by the way. Man City are nowhere near winning the league, right? And
no
Arsenal,
way.
They're nowhere near. And Arsenal have not got the bollocks to win it. And Mikel Arteta, there is zero faith I have in us winning the league because of this manager. I actually like our squad, Saeed. I think our squad.
Well, the squad's amazing, man.
I think it's a
Let's
great
be honest.
squad. But
Your squad might be a man down already, bro. I'm seeing ACL fears.
Yeah. It's not looking good for Noni from what I'm hearing. We just said that before you jumped on. It's not looking good for Noni, man. It's looking like an ACL, which is a madness as well. How are we getting these injuries? That needs investigating as well. But when I'll say this equivalent right now, before I move on, is like having a Porsche 911 that can't get out of 30 miles an hour. Like that is what it is like having. We have got a really good squad. I like our squad a lot. In fact, I love some of our players. I don't rate this manager to get us anywhere near what we need because I have so little faith in us winning the Premier League because of how we set up. I have got no problem if you set up like that against Real Madrid in the Bernabeu and you win 1-0. Not a problem. George Graham, I grew up on it. Conte, Simeone, Jose, we've seen it. When you do not win games playing it, you start to turn, or if you lose games, even worse, you start to turn into a bit of a David Moyes or a Tony Pulis, which is why he gets a lot of stick. I do not see how we win the league playing like this. And I know rival fans are looking at it and thinking the same. I don't know, even the Arteta fans, literally the Arteta fans that love him, were all confused yesterday. Why is Eze not playing? You spend £68 million and you don't play Eze against Man City. You play Trossard instead of him. Yeah. You spend £1 billion and you're playing Mourinho in midfield against Manchester City. Come on, man. Like, someone make it make sense, bro.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This is phase what, 7, 8? I don't even know what phase it is, man. And it's like this is the final form of Arteta, man. It's not good enough, man. You know what I mean? And Arsenal fans need to be demanding more from the manager. I try to play you this clip before everyone comes in with their opinion on the game, But this is the sheer arrogance from this man here. Look at this.
No, we don't have time for that. There's a lot of things to do that.
Just a very basic analysis of what we thought Anfield would do instead of maybe
because Eze was the best one to start the game. Nobody asked me about the midfield in Bilbao. Nobody.
Well, I guess
yeah, that's why. But it's the same midfield.
So why did you keep it?
Because I believe he was the best thing for the.
I mean, I don't know what you make of that, guys, but it's like,
the Bilbao game is completely different to Man City.
Exactly.
Home, right? So, one, it's in a different competition because it's the Champions League. 2, it's away from home. We are at home, and the guy is playing 7 defensive players. No one can make this make sense, bro. Even if you're the biggest Arteta fan in the chat, I don't care. You're talking crap if you think that was the right team selection to go up against Man City and take 3 points. It's bollocks.
Potts, do you know what the most worrying thing is? I can see Arteta doing this again and again this season. I can just see it.
Bro.
I can see him. And this is why I said before a ball got kicked. City not really at the races this season. I know they've had 2 good results against United team Napoli. And LB's probably disappointed with the result yesterday, but a draw at the Emirates and your team's not the best that you've seen it since the treble winning side. Depending how you look at it, some City fans might be all right with it, some might be fuming. But this is why I said before a ball got kicked. I don't fear Arsenal. Some of my fan base don't agree with this. I think you got the best squad in the league, maybe even Europe. I think we got a better 11 than you, but I actually think you got the best squad. But it's your manager as to why. I just know we're going to win this league. And I know some people might say, it's only 5 games. Don't go so early. By the way, I was saying this before a ball got kicked, so it's not like I went even earlier before the season even started. But I just feel he is the problem, honestly, because at Anfield, similar to what you said, Potts, I always back us to win at Anfield. But once I saw Mourinho starting, I was even more confident. Yesterday, I thought you would beat City comfortably. Call me mad, but I actually thought you would beat City comfortably just because you're at the Emirates, you're quite strong there. The minute I saw Mourinho, I said, this is going to be a draw. I didn't predict it 1-1 like you, but I said maybe a 0-0 or 2-2 or something. But he is literally the reason why he won't win the league, in my opinion. And I just think it's time to go now. Some people might say he got them here, this, that, and the other. Come on, it's time to go because this will happen again and again this season. This ain't the last time we're going to see this. You've seen it at Anfield, you've seen it at Man City. Imagine when they go away to the Etihad. If he's doing this at home to Man City, imagine when they go away. So he plays just not to lose, and he doesn't really want this league title. We can say all he wants, he doesn't really, because you start Eze in that game. Even if you don't start Eze, start Anweri, because when he came on against who did he came on against?
Forest
and Leeds. Forest and Leeds.
And he looked bright when he came on. Mourinho's not going to do that for you. Mourinho's best position for you has been in the right.
I know you mean. I know. Waneri.
Sorry.
I don't know who you're talking about, Rounds, man. But listen, hey,
call him Ethan, man. Just call him Ethan. It's easier. Call him Ethan.
Yeah,
he will do this against Newcastle and we'll draw the game. By the way, just to let everyone know, we ain't beating Newcastle. No chance.
You know what it is though. I've said many times now. We've all watched enough of Arteta now, yeah, to know that he learned from Moyes. He didn't learn from Pep. It was Moyes who is his guy. Yeah?
That's crazy.
Because you could talk about the first season when he came, fluid football, Xhaka in the midfield, attacking football. The defending weren't the best. You were kicking on, right? The second year, you didn't start off playing well, but after Dubai, you went on a mad run, bro. You were playing the most balanced Arsenal I've seen, right? You were attacking, but you were defending well at the same time as well. Last season, style of play went to shit. You can talk about injuries and that, but I remember when you went to Bournemouth away, you got Saliba sent off. He decided to reserve the point or reserve something instead of actually going for it. Remember, he took Sterling off Potts instead of keeping one, and he was your best player that day, yeah? Starting Trossard and Marino ahead of Ethan in the 10 when Odegaard wasn't there. This is just negative, bro. You're not trying to, take risks. And for me, I was even saying to my boy on the phone yesterday, right? Even with, for example, like Declan Rice. Yes, Declan Rice is a good DM. He's a good player in the pivot, right? But in a game like yesterday, bro, have a little bit more of a braver approach to the game, bro, because you still got Saliba behind you. You still got Gabriel behind you. You still got Timber there. You've got, Calafiori, who's actually started off the season right now. Trust these defenders that you've got, bro, because if I've got that team, Potts, if I've got a team like that, defenders like that, I know I can trust them in isolated situations against attackers. Yeah. So I would want my team to be outscoring teams because we might concede a goal. Haaland might score a goal, but he ain't going to score 2-3 goals against the defenders that you've got. Yeah. You've got to think of a way of helping your attack and helping players like Gyökeres. Because again, I'm seeing that hater page putting Gyökeres the funny music and that. I'm shameless. I'm going to laugh at that. But I have to be honest. It goes back to the point I told you, Potts, before. We spoke about this yesterday. Out of all the teams Gyökeres could have gone to, this is probably the worst setup he could have gone to because he's not getting the ball supplemented to him, bro. He's not getting the creativity. He had 0 shots again yesterday, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's not really on him because he's not a João Pedro to be getting involved in the game. He's not a Jackson to be getting involved in the game. He's a guy that just gets you goals. Yeah, you create for him, he will score. But he's not getting nothing up there, bro. And that's, again, on your manager. You know what I'm saying, bro? So the thing is, he's very pragmatic, isn't it? He's pragmatic. I think it's clear to see now that he's a pragmatic manager.
Of course, and I agree with that, right? I personally cannot believe how when you've tried something 11 times and it's worked once against Bilbao that you'll do it again. So this is the only game we've won with that 3 in midfield is Athletic Bilbao. 11 games they've played together, those 3, and we've either lost or drew the game in every opportunity that we played those 3.
That's mad.
And he's still doing it. Still doing it. And he will continue to do it against Newcastle. And so unless Odegaard's back. That's why I'm praying, and he's not even been good, Odegaard. I'm praying he's back because at least I know he's playing him and Marino will be out of the team. Because I need to see it. And with Rice, like I've said he's misprofiled Rice for a long time. People like give it to Rice. I know
why that was a stinker yesterday.
It was just
it's not even Rice though. It's Arteta. He's messing him about. It's not Rice.
No. He was played in his natural position yesterday. Personally, for me, Potts. Personally, for me, this is what I would have done, innit? Yeah, I would have gone with Zubi in the 6. Yeah, with 2 attacking midfielders, if anything. Because City weren't even trying to press. They were letting you have the ball. And they were saying, you get creative, yeah? You get creative on us. We're going to try and break you, yeah? And you've got players that work hard off the ball, that can still track back. I don't know if Arsenal fans think it's only Rice that is a ball winner in your team. You've got a bunch of players that know how to press and know how to win the ball as well. Right? That's the risk. Well. Yeah, that's the risk you've got to take, Potts, to win these games. Because when you're trying to win the league, it's to find the margins, yeah? It's to find the margins. If you're going to play like this, like what Mourinho used to do, you better make sure that you're winning those games because no one's going to care about the style of play if you're winning the games. But when you're consistently, right, losing games or drawing games because you want to be negative, that is when it's a problem. That is when you're like, you know what? We need a different manager with a different philosophy, right? That team is stacked, bro. Any guy right now, any front, like, bro, LB, imagine Pep with his team right now, this Arsenal team right now, blood. Yeah. Imagine Pep had this Arsenal team right now. He would not be using it like this. He would not be using it like this, bro. No way.
You know what? Yeah. Before I get LB's opinion, I want to bring Sava in. Yeah, like Sava, like I know. Listen, you know what I mean. I know you hate Arsenal and whatnot, and they're your enemies. Yeah, but like, bro, like, are you surprised by the approach, or do you think, you know what, man? This is Arteta. This is who we are, mate. You know when Ange said, "This is who we are, mate." Yeah, this is what Arteta is. This is what he is. A very, very defensive-minded manager who I don't know why he didn't seize that moment to go and attack. And for me, a City team that's not the City that we all know.
Yeah. Am I surprised? I'm not surprised because this is Arteta. And I think even the hardest of Arsenal fans knows now that there's got to be severe questions asked. And I know that many have. I know like Lee Gunner has and Potts does. And, I know loads of the Arsenal boys do. It's still that hardcore that just can't see anything wrong in Arteta. I make whoever said just now, I agree. I think it was Rom said, Arsenal have the best squad in the league. Squad. Not the best team. I think they've got the best squad. The options they've got are scary. They've just spent a hell of a lot of money again. And I think the disappointing thing for them, I mean, it's always difficult answering this as a Spurs fan, but I think the disappointing thing for them will be that they've had a chance early on in the season to put down a marker by playing both Man City and Liverpool. And for me, Liverpool, by this way, there's a Liverpool team, which this is going to sound really backwards, what I'm about to say. I don't even think they've been good. I know they've won 5 in a row, but this is a Liverpool team that were there for the taking. And this is a Man City team that this is a very different Manchester City side than a few years back. And I think that Arteta really had to win one of them to show, at least one of them to say, here's the marker. Here's what we've done. Look, we've beaten Man City at home and we're now 3 points or whatever they would have been away from Liverpool. But again, he's not done that. He didn't go for the jugular. I don't think they were defensive like a lot of people said. But again, it's getting over I'll let the Arsenal fans, I'll let Potsy and all them have that debate about how they play. But it's the main thing for me, and I think Dan will agree with me on this, is it's getting over the line. And again, it's another example in 6 years where this guy can't get over the line in these big games. And to let Liverpool get that 5-point gap on them, I think Dan's right. I think this is not going to be the last time you see it this season. I think you're going to see it again and again. And I'm glad from a Spurs point of view, and I'm guessing the other panelists feel this. I think we're all glad that they've got Arteta, because I think 100%. If they did get a top manager,
top manager, bro, they'd be scary. They'd be scary. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Savo is trying to break, the Chelsea record. Maybe that's what he's trying to do, right? Because I don't think he's trying to win trophies. I don't think he's trying to win trophies, yeah? Because you're talking about, I don't think he was defensive. He was defensive, man. Eze is the type of player who can
but they weren't in 22, 23.
I mean, what I mean is in terms
I'm talking about yesterday, bro. I'm talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
That setup was defensive, man. That wasn't a front thinking attack.
Yeah, look, I mean, listen, I'm not so, from my point of view, I'm not so bothered about defensive attack and whatever. It's just they've got to get that game over the line, and for how much of the football they had, for how many chances they had, for the fact that you're seeing Pep Guardiola taking off forwards, like leaving no forwards on the pitch. You're thinking Arsenal have got to capitalize here. They didn't. And I think Arsenal win the league if they get a proper manager. I think if Pep's managing that, they win the league. I think if Klopp's managing that, they win the league. Slot wins them the league. So I'm happy. But I feel like, Saeed, if you rewind probably to the 22nd of September 2024, this was probably the same conversation Arsenal were having and we were having last year. Rewind it to 2023. It's probably the same conversation we're having, that our Arsenal... £1 billion down. I'm guessing it's more than £1 billion now. £1 billion spent, 6 years with the manager. They've got to. I'm not saying this as a Spurs fan. You've got to win it. You've got to now. There's no excuse. I gave Arsenal, last thing I'll say, sorry. I gave Arsenal so much benefit of the doubt when I was being called out by Spurs fans and said, when City were peak, when it was peak Man City, I understood why Arsenal weren't winning the league. This isn't peak Man City. This isn't. This Arsenal team now have no excuses. Slot's been there 1 year. Arteta's had 6. So I'm not surprised by it. I'm just surprised that there's still people out there saying that Arteta's a top man. I think Arteta will be a very good manager, by the way, in certain teams. I do. I think he'll be a good manager at a certain team. He's not the guy. He's not. I'm sorry. So
yeah,
that's where I sit with it.
I mean, LB, man, you probably think to yourself, bro, like, yo, man, the game plan was right. Everything was looking good. Like, are you disappointed by the points drop? Because I ain't gonna lie to you, man. The Arsenal fan base, they're having a meltdown on my Instagram because I called them out for over celebrating that draw there, man. Because I thought that was embarrassing for me personally. But how are you feeling, bro? Like, do you feel like 2 points dropped, or you know what, under the circumstances, you didn't really feel positive about going into the game, maybe in a sense of like, Arsenal were the favourites, you know what I mean?
No, so this is where it gets twisted, because obviously going into the game, I wasn't confident about it. However, we was 4 minutes away from winning a football match, so I'm allowed to feel gutted. I got City fans.
Yeah.
I got City fans saying to me, "Why am I gutted?" What do you mean? Why am I gutted? Someone commented on my post and said, "But why are you gutted?" What do you mean? Why am I gutted? We got fucking conceded a goal in the 92nd minute against Arsenal. Are you mad? Like, of course I'm fucking wounded. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I appreciate that obviously where City have been over the last 14 months, it's not the worst point in the world. Yeah, going to Arsenal, a good side at Emirates, not lost there against the big 6 side since May 2023. But at the same time, I can still be wounded that we conceded a 92nd minute equaliser. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's the mistakes for me at the City side, but we'll come on to the City in a minute. Yeah, from an Arsenal point of view, I think they're spineless, man. I'll be real with you. Like, I think the spineless club. You know what I mean? And some of their fans don't get it because you know. I remember, was it 2 seasons ago? Right? I think it was 2 seasons ago. Arsenal come to the Etihad 2 seasons ago, right? And they got a 0-0. Yeah, it was the one where Potsy and his mates were on AFTV go, 0-0, right? And I remember saying, at that point, right, if they would have come to the Etihad and won that game, they would have won the league. They would have dead and buried us. Yeah, their fans were more bothered about saying that we just win our next 10 games and we'll be fine. But they always drop points against some random team. Do you know what I'm saying? They ain't got that in. No, City have it in their locker to go 10 matches winning. Yeah, like fucking Roms knows that. Yeah, and Potsy knows that. We've done it in the past. Yeah, I'm not saying this team can currently do it, but Arsenal haven't shown that yet. And in the big games, you got to get across the line, man. I think Arteta's a great manager, but is he good enough to win the league? I just don't know. I think you've got to risk losing. I got to say, yesterday in that first half, right? I was sat there doing a watch along, right? That's obviously Arsenal were dominating the ball, and I was saying to the chat, like, "Fucking hell, man! Can't get a ball off them, man. They're cooking us, man." And then they passed the ball, and I'm sat there 2 minutes later going, "They've still got the ball, but they ain't actually doing anything with it." I'm getting stressed, but they're not actually doing anything with it. They didn't actually do much. Like, how many saves really did Donnarumma have to make? Yeah, I big up Shea Given. I think Shea Given hit the nail on the head. Everyone's saying that Arsenal dominated us. Yeah, dominating is when you're creating chances, when you're making keeper make pure saves. Arsenal dominated the possession. Yeah, they dominated the possession. But at the same time, City were happy for Arsenal to have the possession. Do you get what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I just feel like Arsenal have to be a bit braver. I text Potsy, man, before the game. Yeah, before the game, I text Potsy and was like, "Yo, I'm not sure about that team, man. Like, Trossard, left wing." Like, I felt confident, you know what I mean, before the game. When I actually seen the start 11s, I thought, you know what?
When you see that, yeah.
You know what I mean? And we almost very much won the game. So I just think for Arsenal, they've got to be a bit braver. You know, everyone goes on about Arsenal's defense being the best defense in Europe, which I actually agree with, by the way. Why do you need to protect them with Marino, Rice, and Zubimendi? It's like,
that's a banging point. That's a banging point.
Facts, bro. You can't tell me on one hand they're the best defense and then say, but they need Rice, Zubimendi, and Marino in front of them. Yeah, I think Sava's right. Whoever said it, if you've got the best defense in Europe, you should be playing with 1 6 and 2 attacking midfielders. Yeah, because you should be able to trust your defense. It's almost like Arteta doesn't trust his defenders, which I don't know why. So I don't know, man. In the end, I don't think it was a great point for either side. We're in a position now where basically we've got to win every single game up until that Liverpool match to stay in there. But the one positive from a City point of view, that's the first time I've seen us go to a top team in the last 14 months and actually put in a performance where we don't just get cooked. So
has Pep changed his guys? Yeah, go on.
Quickly side, there's 2 players I actually want to praise from your club, because obviously Reinders, Haaland, Rodri, they're gonna get the plaudits naturally anyway. But your two fullbacks, Kusanov and O'Reilly, I think were amazing. I've
been telling everybody about Kusanov. Yeah, this is the problem with the people in this country. Yeah, they watch one football match, see one mistake, and then go, "Oh, he's fucking dog shit." Kusanov has been absolutely incredible at Manchester City since that first debut game. But because no one actually watches the games, you only watch that, and they only remember his fucking bozo errors in that first Chelsea game where he had a bit of a mare. Everyone he is our best defender, bro. I'm actually being serious, man. Yeah, he's being played in a position, that's not even his position, right back, and he's fucking doing a solid job. He locked up Vinny Jr. against Real Madrid last season. He done really good yesterday. Yeah, we need to get him in the midfield, man. He's rapid, he's sick in the air, he's good on the ball. Yeah, but obviously the problem in this country is because people just go, and fucking Sky Sports, done a fucking hit piece on him after that Chelsea game. Absolutely,
they're nasty. That
was nasty work, man, from Sky after that game.
Yeah.
Fucking, but he's been top player.
You know what, LB though? Even O'Reilly, the other side. I know everyone looked at Arsenal's 11 and said, Mourinho in a 10, he's gone pragmatic again. But one area you would think, City have a weakness here, was Madueke versus O'Reilly, and I think he done very well. Other than that shot Madueke had on the right and Donnarumma got down quite quickly, I think O'Reilly dealt with him. I think he
he did. I
mean, this O'Reilly kid is good, man. Like, I see him against Spurs when City played the kids. I think Tottenham won, actually. Did they win? I can't remember now. They won the Carabao Cup game, and he was the one I thought, who the hell is this kid? Everyone's talking about that McAtee, and I was like, it looks all right. But that O'Reilly, nah, man, he's different level. I think he's going to be.
He's meant to be a midfielder as well.
You know what's funny about Nico O'Reilly? Yeah, he's actually a midfielder by trade, right? But every time we've played him in midfield, he's been either not good or extremely mid. But when we play him at left back, he's fucking really good. And he adds aerial presence. One of the things that people say about City is like defensively not good, like weak in the air. In the air is mint, and the thing is as well, he's proper calm and chill. Like the guy doesn't look like the young players sometimes are always panicking on the ball and shit. This guy's chill. Like, I don't know the problem. I don't know if he wants to play left back and that, but he's playing well at the moment, man. Do you know what I mean? And for the first time in probably over a year, I'm actually looking at my defense saying, you know what, you're not actually that bad. I'm still
for now.
But we've just played United, Napoli, and Arsenal, right? Conceded 1 goal. Yeah, I don't know Napoli had 10 men, but the facts are we conceded 1 goal, and actually,
but partly it's because of Donnarumma as well. Donnarumma's added a bit of steelness to your back line.
I think Donnarumma's given everybody confidence, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was probably in a bit of no man's land yesterday. Yeah, we can talk about that if you want, but like, I think he's given a lot of people confidence, mate. Yeah, and yesterday, one of the things that people said about Donnarumma is weak on set pieces. How good was he yesterday on corners?
Yeah, he was brilliant.
He was coming out every time, punching the ball, man.
Yeah.
I think he got lost a bit. He got lost a bit for the goal, but if I'm honest, I think he's quality. I always liked him. Always liked him. Before he was quality against us and Liverpool and BSG. I think he's great, man. I think he's a good goalkeeper.
Yeah, I just want to have a conversation though. I know we're cooking Arsenal, for the style of play and whatnot. Can we talk about Pep Guardiola's style of play? Because this wasn't a good game from Guardiola. I know it was transition and whatnot, but I also thought as well now, like, Pep Guardiola's changing his method. So can he not be rightly, scrutinized and whatever in the same way Arteta is?
But I was about to do the opposite. I was about to praise him. I was actually about to praise Guardiola because, look, you've seen, LB, correct me if I'm wrong, they said on the commentary that this was the first or second time in years that he's not changed the team for like 3 games in a row, right? He's just got 2 good results. I know it's against a bad United side, and I know Napoli went down to 10 men, but they're still the champions of Italy, right? He said to himself, you know what? Let me not fix what's not broken. There's an Arsenal team that are going to come at us. Let me keep the same 11. And I think bringing through Donnarumma, we said this. It's funny that Don's not here because we said this, right? He was like, Donnarumma's not good with his feet. But did anyone just think to themselves quickly, hold on, Pep might actually change his way of playing and playing that Route 1 style because it worked against Napoli. Haaland would bring it down and bring Foden into play.
I hear it.
Also worked against United. So I feel like you have to give Pep a bit of praise that he's actually adapted.
No, but it backfired though. I get what you're trying to say. Like he's adapting, he's trying a new style because he wants to play with his team's strengths. But I thought because he was so defensive, it backfired in the end because they end up, getting a point rather than all three.
Yeah, but if we go there and try and play football, we get beat yesterday, Saeed.
Yeah,
no, but
Arsenal actually come back and beat them.
Yeah, but the thing is,
especially with Saka and Eze coming on,
100% we get beat yesterday if we go there and play football.
But did he manage the game well though? In the end, though, when you look at it, like, did he really manage the game well?
In terms of the subs, yeah. Well, so apparently Haaland was fucked and has to come off himself.
Yeah, fair.
So I think that was the worst one, yeah. Like Haaland coming off, but apparently he needed to come off, yeah. But at the end of the day, yeah, you got to remember, right? Whatever you think of the subs, we're 4 minutes away from winning the game. For me, Reinders has to take that ball into the corner flag. Yeah, it's the 92nd minute of the game. We're on the break. He's got Savio to the left of him. All Reinders has to do is play the ball into Savio.
Yeah,
Savio
it's stupid. It's stupid. Yeah,
it's basic stuff. And instead, Reinders drives infield, tries to take on 3 players. We lose the ball, and then we can say whatever we want about Donnarumma and Ake and whatever, but the ball from Eze is fucking incredible.
Amazing.
Yeah. But like for me, it's like, people look at the manager looking at Pep, but Reinders is an experienced player. He's 26, 27 years old. He should know that he's got to go corner flag there for me. If he goes corner flag, we win the game.
I'll stick up for Pep and City a bit here. I think that, LB called it earlier and said, it's been a tough 14 months for City. And everyone, after they lost a couple of Premier League games, to us and Brighton, said, City are crap, City are finished, City are gone, City are terrible. So I think if coming into that last 3 games, someone has said you're going to beat Man United, you're going to beat Napoli, and you're going to get a draw away at one of the best teams in the country in Arsenal, I think Pep and most City fans, I get LB, I get
the
point.
They would have taken that.
When you're 4 minutes away, I get the point. But in general, if someone said you're beating United, you're beating Napoli, and you're drawing away at Arsenal, I think people are missing the point. As football fans, yeah, and we don't help as YouTubers. We dissect every little point and every game. In the bigger picture, I think it's actually setting up City really well. They're now starting to build a number of games where they're not losing. Like LB said, at the back, I don't watch City at the back now like I did last year and think, oh my God, they're dreadful. I think Vardiol, by the way, is somebody that never gets talked about. I think he's a beast, that boy. But what they have started to slowly but surely get together, and I did a video about this the other day where I said, you got Donnarumma for me, which changes the dynamic of the season. If you've got the back 4 that's working hard together, that's great. Rodri, people don't understand how difficult it is coming back from a year out of football. Like, Rodri will get back to his best. Phil Foden's now moving centrally and showing much more signs in the last 3 games that he's actually starting to prod and probe and score some goals and get assists. Doku, for me, I've said I think Doku's going to have a brilliant season. I think that boy, everyone's been sleeping on him for years. I think this boy is absolutely top draw and just starting to see the best of him. And the difference is where City now, this is the big differentiator for me. Where Man City aren't playing that free-flowing tick-attack of football they used to, what you're now seeing is all the fans that said, oh, Haaland doesn't do anything other than score goals. Anyone who watched him before would say, actually, he's got really good hold-up play. Actually, he's got really good link-up play. What you're seeing now from Haaland is that he is a complete striker. Because Haaland now, more and more, LB, tell me if I'm wrong, I'm seeing him come to the halfway line, link up, hold the ball up off his chest, bringing people into play, spinning, getting in. He's actually looking like an all-round centre forward. I think City, call me deluded, I think City are going to be right up there. And don't forget, they're not going to be playing Arsenal every week.
Sam, are they going to be right up there when their keeper's coming off his line like that and not trying?
Nah, don't do that, man. Listen, no. You're the one that doesn't talk. You can't talk.
Look at this guy, chat. Look at this chat. You all clever in the chat, yeah. You all clever people. You all know what chat do here, yeah.
Goliath, we are not letting that Goliath get away with that, yeah.
No,
we are not letting him get away with that, bro. Because LB tried to tell me it's an amazing ball from Eze. It's an amazing ball from Eze. Yes, it is. But Guardiola,
my point here wasn't about that. We could talk about that in a second, right? But him coming off his line doesn't decide whether Man City are going to be right up there or not. Let's be brutally honest. Every keeper in the Premier League.
He's got bozo moments in him. I've seen bozo moments from that guy, bro. I've seen them. Just
Aye.
last year. Just last
Other
year,
than
bro.
okay,
Don't
but
throw
Don,
stones, man.
who doesn't in the
You can
Premier
talk about
League?
guy. I talk about guy. It's calm. But guys talk
In the
about this guy
Premier
like he's
League-
flawless.
No, but the thing is, I don't think for me it's a bit
Nobody
harsh.
talks
No, it's a bit
about
harsh.
Donnarumma
It's not harsh.
saying
It's
he's
not harsh
flawless.
at all.
It
It's
is,
not
man.
harsh.
Because he had a
Well,
good
the
game.
problem is your keeper makes the most.
Why are you talking to me about Sanchez?
No. We'll get to Sanchez. But what I'm saying to you is the reason why it's a bit harsh. The reason why it's a bit harsh here. I would love to cook Donnarumma, but it was a brilliant ball. He hesitated because he felt like, yo, I need to get there, and it was a good run, time run by Martinelli. I think we're focusing too much on Donnarumma when you got to praise the pass, praise the run. Also, Nathan Ake, by the way, was keeping Martinelli on side as well. So you got to look at everything else rather than the last for me point of Donnarumma.
The guy literally saw Guardiola because man is saying, "Oh, it was City's back line." Guardiola got back in position. Yeah, he got back in position. There was nothing else Martinelli could do there. There was nothing else. He made that decision for him. He made him lob him because he looked up and said, "Oh, Goliath ain't even on his line. I'm just gonna dink him."
Why does that mean Man City
I'm just
won't
gonna
be up
dink
there at
him.
the end of the season just because he got
Because
lost?
Sava,
I don't
it
see
is
the
not the first
correlation.
time. Because Sav, it's not the first time that I've seen this guy have bozo moments, right? Just last
But
season,
isn't that every
before he
keeper?
went,
Exactly.
he
Every
went-
keeper has them.
before-
Alisson-
yeah,
Name me a keeper in the league that doesn't have bozo moment.
That is my point. I'm glad that you said that. The reason why I'm crashing it on this guy, Sava, yeah, is because this LB guy talks about this fella, this Donnarumma guy, like he's this flawless keeper
I've
that
never
has
said
no
that one
mistakes in
time,
him.
bro.
That has no mistakes in him.
I've
right?
never said that one
That's how you
time.
talk about him. That's how you talk about him.
No, I don't
That's how you
talk about him like that.
Yeah.
No, I
Aye.
don't
Even
talk about him like that.
even yesterday, yeah, because this has nothing to do with Sanchez, but I'm talking about LB right now. LB's energy is different because if that was Sanchez that did that, we'll be here for an hour talking about it.
Okay.
No, we'll be talking about Sanchez. Don't you worry about that.
Because it's
Okay,
Donnarumma.
But I've already said, yeah.
You don't want to talk about it.
I
You
think
don't wanna talk
Donnarumma
about it.
was in no man's land there, yeah. But I just don't think that is like, you know what I mean. At the end of the day, yeah, he ain't the reason for me, in my personal opinion. Disagree with
That
you.
he lost. Yeah, he drew. Yeah.
That we drew the game, bro.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
I agree.
I think it was. I think Pep. I think he made those subs a little bit too early. You know what I mean? I thought the game was. Yeah, man. I would have kept an attacker on a little bit longer. LB, like there was no
I think you've got to
real
force
outlet.
Haaland to stay on the pitch, man. I know Haaland's asking to come. I don't know what the problem is. If he's got pain, then you have to take him off. But I think you need Haaland on that pitch, man. You need these.
LB,
Yeah.
You need him, man. You need him.
We're doing too much. You had the correct answer, right? It's fine margins, and that
Fine
fine
margins.
margins made you draw the
That's
game.
it.
Ryan
Yeah,
just
yeah.
dribbles it in the corner, him and Savio, and they just keep it there.
Yeah.
You win the game. It's as simple as that.
I'm gonna get the super chats in. I also want to give a mention to Doku as well. I thought Doku was quality as well in
been
the
good.
game as well.
Last few
He's been
games
good
he's
this
been good,
season.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Doku, these last 3 games, man, it's been
it's been
best 3 games of his
sensational.
career.
Yeah.
No one
Yeah.
normally gives Timber a hard time like that.
Bro,
he
Timber
gave
got
Timber a
cooked.
hard time.
Yeah. Tricks sent a super chat. I don't know why it's not starred, but Tricks says to all football fans, do not ever put Rice and Zubimendi on Rodri's level ever again. ACL injury 1 year out and came to Emirates and showed levels. I don't think Rodri was all that yesterday. I'm not gonna lie to you, but listen,
He was still the best midfielder on the pitch.
He was
He
better
was
than them
good,
two.
mate.
That's what I'm saying. That's scary though. That's the fact that he was better than them two tells you everything you need to know. But I don't think it was an
hear what you're saying,
unbelievable
Saeed.
Rodri.
He's got levels
Yeah.
to go to and was still the best midfielder on the
He's probably
He's
about like
definitely
60%. He's come out in an
Yeah.
interview and said don't expect
Yeah.
me to be at my best until
Yeah, of
December.
course.
That's what I'm saying. So like it just
Big
shows you that
injury,
if he's
it'll be that.
yeah,
It's a
yeah,
big injury.
yeah. Mr. Nice Guy says some of these City players were tired. Cousinov left injured. Rodri's still not fully fit. Once Kovacic, Cherky, and Mamouche come back, will be mega. And they're done with the Lampard style nasty deflection.
No, I'm just saying because I've listened. Donnarumma I thought he was good for most of the game, but I've seen Sanchez have many good games, right? But then he has a bozo moment. Donnarumma had a good game, then he had a bozo moment, and LB's energy doesn't seem
isn't
to
it
be
the
the same.
opposite with
Doesn't seem
Sanchez?
to be
Isn't
the
it
same.
that you see him have a good moment, that all of his games are bozo and he has the odd good moment?
No, he doesn't.
Don,
It's
can I ask you?
it's not every game that he has a bozo
You know what,
moment.
Don? You know what, Don?
I think he's
That's not true.
dreadful. Sorry.
This is where
I've got
credit
nothing against Chelsea. He's dreadful.
This is
That's
where
not
credit in
true,
the bank. This is where credit in the bank comes in. Donnarumma's a treble winner. He's got credit in the bank. Your keeper's done pretty much nothing.
Bro,
so it's gonna get
let's
more
dive into
scrutiny.
it. Let's dive
It's not a team game then. It's not a team game. It's not Dembele
Let's
that's
dive into
going to win the Ballon d'Or. It's not
Let's-
Dembele that.
Did you see the saves he put up against Arsenal?
Yeah.
The saves he put up
I did
against
see the
Arsenal.
saves.
It
Yeah.
was other games. It was other games.
And there was also games. There was also games. I'm pretty sure it was against you where Dembele had to save his life. Right. I'm pretty sure it was against you because
Yeah, but then there was
getting
also
chased
many
out of
other
that
big
club.
saves against
He
us
was
as
getting
well.
chased out of that club the way Sanchez is being chased out of Chelsea, bro. And then he turned it around, right? I was watching it and I was thinking to myself, yo, what's happened to this guy? This guy's turned into a bozo. Yeah. Man, I'm forgetting what they were watching last season from this guy, you know, just last season, bro. You know what I mean? So this has nothing to do with Sanchez. It's got to do with LB and his energy, bro.
Let's speak on Sanchez then, bro. You want to speak about energy? You want to speak about energy? Let's speak on Sanchez then.
Okay. Let's speak on it.
Energy, don't worry about that.
No. Listen. Big up violence, and no way you are comparing a keeper who has been elite for 10 years to Sanchez.
I didn't even compare them. You're just insecure.
But you know what though? Some people have been sending me messages saying that that you said Sanchez was back. Is that correct statement from you? Yeah, you said Sanchez. I've been getting a lot of messages here, and they've been rewinding the tapes here. And I'm telling you, they said that you said Sanchez was back, and the criticism was too harsh. And
I said Sanchez has improved, and I said Sanchez hasn't had a mad bozo moment in ages. Before the other day, the last one that I remember that was mad was against Man City, against LB's team, bro, when he ran out and then he let himself get dinked. Yeah. Because I'm a fair guy, bro. Man, are trying to cook me for being fair. If a guy's played well, I will say he's played well. Does that mean I want him to be Chelsea's goalkeeper long term? No. It just means in isolation, I can praise him.
But you also said you'd rather have Sanchez than Donnarumma,
you
bro.
called me when I was at the game, right? And I told you that I don't know what the fuck this guy's doing, bro. I drove all that way, Saeed. I didn't even get to see you.
Yeah, that's because you have no choice.
The guy
It's
ruined
such
the
a
game,
bad
bro.
mistake that you have literally no other choice but to just hold that L, bro. You know what I mean? This is the thing
I've never cooked him before.
We've been telling you for time that this goalkeeper is a bum. Yet you just keep defending him and saying he's been good in the last couple of months. He was good in the Club World Cup. Or LB, where was he in the Club World Cup? Yeah, but it's irrelevant, bro. No one.
How's it irrelevant?
Because nobody on these panels ever said that Sanchez has never had a good game. Yeah, of course he's had a couple.
No, you never. Hold on, you ran away after the Club World Cup final. I couldn't find you, bro.
I was on vacation, man.
He wasn't on vacation, bro. Even against the Bayern, bro. This is what I'm saying about you, LB. Yeah, this is my problem with you, right? When we have a conversation about Chelsea needed a better goalkeeper, me and you agree. I've never disagreed with you on that point. My problem with you is when Sanchez has a good game, you never talk about it. It's like
no. My problem with you is that whenever Sanchez doesn't make a complete fucking bozo mistake, you're on this show going, oh, why not talk about Sanchez? Why not talk about Sanchez? You conceded 2 goals the other day. What was your last game before United?
Bayern.
No,
yeah?
Brentford. Yeah, Brentford and Bayern. Yeah,
the Brentford game.
Yeah, Brentford. Yeah, Bayern and
I
Brentford.
went on his match review. Yeah, conceded 2 goals. This guy's defending Sanchez.
It could have been more about him. It could have been more about him, though. LB,
yeah,
hold on.
Bro,
if Donnarumma plays that the way that he did,
you're so desperate to defend a goalkeeper, bro. This is the problem with you, man. Like you always defend him.
What do you mean?
Why are you defending him? Why you speak about him? Nobody else on this panel speaks about our goalkeeper unless he's making mad saves or a bozo. You conceded 2 goals. You're still on your match review talking about, oh, Sanchez was great today and all this kind of crap. When you conceded,
he was good. He was good against Bayern. He was good against Bayern.
Why are you so desperate to defend a clearly crap goalkeeper?
Broski, he had a very good game. So why am I going to be talking about mistakes from months ago?
Why are you so desperate to defend an evidently shit goalkeeper?
What you're trying to do isn't working because I still want better.
I'm asking you a question.
No, but your point isn't working because I still want a better goalkeeper than Sanchez.
Why you say that you would rather have Sanchez than Donnarumma?
Big up, Lewis.
Bro, I'd rather have better than both of them. I told you I'd rather have
Sanchez than Donnarumma. You told me.
You don't see the Potts, Saeed, yeah? Yesterday, Potts, he was at the game. Every time the ball's about to go to my man, they're saying, oh, you know what I mean?
Do that with everything.
They know. No, they're doing it with him. They're doing it with him. Broski, if the ball's going back to Alisson, everyone's staying quiet because they know man's going to be able to, you get me? Yeah, to actually do something. So I'm seeing my man yesterday just flapping at the ball and just kicking it out like a madman.
So you'd rather have Sanchez still to this day, you'd rather have Sanchez than Donnarumma.
I'd rather have better than both of them.
But you,
no, answer the question. Answer the question.
No, I'm not answering it.
No. You got to answer the question.
I'd rather have better than both.
You're telling me you wouldn't have Donnarumma over Sanchez? That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Bring me Maignan. Yeah. Bring me Maignan. I was happy to bring Maignan. When Maignan was there, I said bring him. but this Donnarumma guy, you can have.
Sorry,
him, bro.
did you just say you wouldn't have Donnarumma over
It's
Sanchez?
crazy. It's crazy.
It's crazy,
Hold
man.
on,
That's crazy.
Man are just saying things. Number one, this guy would come in on a long-term contract on like 250 a week, right? He doesn't even fit the profile that Maresca wants in goal. LB is the same guy that was saying, "Oh, why are we looking at Donnarumma then?" Yeah, the other week he was saying, "Why are we looking at Donnarumma then?" Because he's so used to Edison. Yeah, he's
Is that
so
your
used
Manchester
to
accent?
Edison.
I like
now,
You
but
tell
now
me
he's dropped his
your
level
manager's
a bit.
unable
He's
to
dropped his
adapt. Your
standards.
manager's
He's dropped
unable
his
to adapt.
standards a little bit. Savo, he's dropped his standards a little bit because his defense has been open like Moses. Yeah, you know when Moses came through and he opened the sea, blood. That's what your defense has been.
I'm all here for the debate between you and LB, but if I remove myself from that for a second, let's be brutally honest. Whether or not a goalkeeper is the right profile, if someone turns around to you and says your goalkeeper for the year is Donnarumma or Robert Sanchez, you must be the only person in the world of football that wouldn't
Oh no,
say.
there's loads of Chelsea fans.
I just don't rate. I don't, bro. For me, like I said, I want a keeper that's very good on the ball and is a good shot stopper. That's what I want. That's why I don't want Donnarumma. It's simple as that. A man can't accept it, bro. Why can't you accept it?
Sanchez, but over Sanchez.
I want better than both of them, Sam. Even if we had Donnarumma, I still want a better goalkeeper.
Listen to the words. I understand that, but I'm asking you this question, right? I'll ask you two questions. One, in the last 25 years, is this the worst Chelsea goalkeeper you've seen? Two, yeah,
worst.
If you could only pick, if these were the only two goalkeepers available, and it's Donnarumma or Sanchez, I know you want Manyan, but they're the only two available. Who are you picking?
You know you're asking me, Sam. Yeah,
go on.
Sanchez is an A class. Donnarumma is a GLA, right? I want a GLE. I want a GLE coup. That's what I want.
But that's not the question I'm asking you.
I don't want no GLA. I want a GLE coup. So stop telling me to forcing this guy down. I don't want him, bro. I don't want this guy. Sanchez's shot stopping ain't the problem. It's the bozo moment. But like we have seen,
A class is even wild, man. It's wild. He's a Fiat 500. It's a Fiat 500, Sanchez. The Fiat 500, bro,
with no wheels.
Between going to Audi or Waitrose. This is like Audi or Waitrose. If we're gonna,
you might have just overrating this guy, bro. Because I know.
Let me tell you something, man.
I know I'm watching last year from
What about Penders? What about Penders?
Bro, listen, he's looking way more.
Why Scout, man? Why Scout, man?
He's on loan.
Let's talk about
Penders.
And on top of that, Ron, let me just say something before we finish up. If we had brought in Donnarumma, Sam, bro, that blocks Penders' path straight away, right? You're bringing in, you're overpaying for a goalkeeper who doesn't even fit what our manager wants. I don't make no sense.
I hate that word, man. I hate that word. Blocks the path.
Penders will save the day next season.
Block someone's path, bro. I hate that word, man. But listen, let's talk about the fact here that you, man, are 13 years, no wins at Old Trafford, man. And you had the audacity. I've seen all of your previews. Must win. What, bro? It's happened again. Chelsea lose. It's happened again. Bro, man. Like, when that moment happened, I was like, bro, we must win now. Like, forget draw what I predicted before the game. We must win now, bro. And your manager, I'm sorry, man. People talk about Arteta as a coward, bro. Your manager's a coward, bro. Maresca is a coward, bro. Because listen, we could talk about United, this, that, the other, but we're not Barcelona. We're not no super team right now, bro. We're Man United, who've got 8 wins prior to this game in 33. Everybody's cooking Amarin, saying he's the worst manager ever. Blah blah blah. You seen LB, bro, and you took off Esteval, Neto. Okay, Cole Palmer was injured, but bro, like it wasn't a case of like, yo, Man United.
He brought in 5 defenders. Bro.
5 defenders, bro. You made your bed and you lied it, bro. And United took advantage. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think it was a great game. I don't think we played amazing, but we got enough done in the first half that you lot, I reckon, well, it was true that our defense held us together, man. Mazraoui, amazing. Delete, overhated, bro. He's one of the most duels in the Premier League, bro.
It was good.
It was brilliant, bro. So we did enough, you know what I mean? And the conditions helped. I ain't gonna lie to you, the conditions were amazing. And bro, like you man can hold that, bro. Title, world champions. Like, I don't know. Carefree Lewis, he still got the belt on. You know what I mean? I get it. World champions and all of that, but bro, and you
Lewis,
lot
what
talk
day is
about,
it?
hold on a minute.
I'll
This
catch
guy,
you
yeah,
later,
by the way,
anyway.
yeah, this guy had the chat, yeah, to come in my chat. Guess what he said yesterday? He goes, but we outsung you lot. Is that what you are now?
No.
Outsung us.
Don't
What
make
did
it
you
out
say?
like that.
What did you
Don't
know?
make it out like that. I was
Yesterday?
just reminding you. That your gaff is a library as well, blood. Yeah, I went to your
Brother.
gaff and broski. That shit
Brother,
was
you
a
didn't win
library.
the game, bro. Forget about the
These
singing.
deflection tactics.
It is, that's it, bro. Man,
It's
thinking about
unbelievable.
Don't be so loud, man.
Come on,
Saeed,
man.
bro, it's a howler. It's a stinker, bro. Like I was looking forward to the game because I actually thought, I was gonna bring a bit of luck from London with me, right? And then 5 minutes into the game, we're failing to ride that wave. Everyone knows at Old Trafford, regardless of how shit Man United are, yeah, they always have a good start, bro. First 10, 15 minutes, you have to make sure you ride that wave. Because once you ride that wave, they revert to type. They go back to the same, left back Dogu cross, yeah, right back cross, yeah. They might try and put it through the middle, but it just gets blocked. The midfield getting outrun. That's what they do. But straight away, you're seeing a block. You're seeing so many errors, Saeed. The ball goes over the top.
Yeah.
Of the first goal, Chalobah can't do anything against a 6'5" monster, right? He flicks it over the top. Caicedo and Fofana, the position was a bit poor, right? But Sanchez, just let him go through and go and score the goal. Yeah. There's 85 minutes left of the game. You're gonna come back in the game. Look at who you're playing. Have a little bit, of awareness of what's going on. Yeah. As soon as he did that, I knew it was a red card. And I knew what time it was when I saw Esteval and Neto come off because we had no outlet up top, right? João Pedro was a one-man machine in the attack. He had no one to link up with. He had no Esteval to give the ball to and crash the box. He had no Neto to give the ball to and run in there to get the cross back in the box, bro. He had none of that. Yeah. First half, we were freestyling because we were playing a system that we're not used to. Yeah. You're playing 5 at the back with 2 midfielders basically, and then 2 attackers because Palmer was playing up top with Pedro. Yeah. I was seeing Caicedo giving the ball away, Enzo, stinking out the gap. Even Santos when he came on first half.
Fernandez. Oh my.
Let me finish.
Luke Shaw rattled him, man.
Let me finish. Yeah. Let me finish. Santos in the first half was poor as well, right? But I actually said to Alex next to me, the only way we're gonna come back or even win this game is if Casemiro gets sent off.
Because it wasn't even a sending off.
Extra man. Nah, it was. Broski.
It wasn't, bro. We got the ball.
He literally got the ball.
Nah,
He literally grabbed him and pulled him back.
No,
what were we doing?
No,
it was a clear yellow card. It was, and that ref had to give that as yellow because he was trigger happy. He was giving yellows to everyone. Yeah. So after that happened, obviously United, cool. You've got the 2 goals, fair enough, right? But I could sense us potentially coming back, but we just didn't have enough. Right? We had nothing in attack. We ended up scoring from a corner, But once again, the defending is just poor, bro. The first goal, poor. The second goal, I don't understand why Jorgensen's not jumping for that one, bro. Like the only Chelsea player that jumped for the ball was Enzo. Yeah. How is Luke Shaw winning the header with tossing Chalobah in the box?
That was embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Fofana's embarrassing as well. Like, oh, don't hit me. Like, bro, get on that header, man.
It's been a week of hell, right? The sort of goals I've been seeing Chelsea giving away this week against Bayern, against Brentford, the last minute goal they scored. Yeah, against United. Like this level of defending, I haven't seen since Poch, right? Since Poch was here, that's the last time I've seen us defending like this. So we need to fix up because we ain't gonna compete for the league playing like this. No way.
Yo, Don, can you talk on baby Saka, Tariq George? Whoa.
He's not, bro. Would you? Hold on.
Why did he go on instead of Garnacho anyway, bro?
Bro,
because he didn't want to smoke, man. He didn't want to smoke, man. Garnacho wouldn't have survived out there, bro.
Broski, Maresca said Fofana told them that he's tired. So we had to take him off, and that's why Garnacho didn't come on. Yeah, but again, why are you bringing George up top when you've got a striker in the team and you have literally told us the only striker you have is Mark Gill? Yeah, you're playing George, and then guys like Potts are gonna cook him, saying, "Oh, what did he do?" He's not a fucking striker, right? He's not a striker. We've actually got a striker on the bench. So for me, this was actually Maresca's worst performance in a Chelsea top. Bro. This was the worst performance. He was so bad.
Me and you spoke about it already, right? And you even said taking off Esteval and Neto, both of them, because apparently Palmer had an injury. Fair enough.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
taking
yeah.
off both of them was a bit too premature. But the minute
Very.
Casemiro got sent off, I said, you know what? I was even saying to my brother when watching the game, if Maresca gets these subs right, Chelsea can. I don't think you could have won that game. I know you might say different, but I think you could have at least got a draw. But to not put on, it's not even just Gu and Garnacho, even Gittins. I'm not Gittins' biggest fan, but he's still an outlet alongside João Pedro. Because at that point, you needed an outlet to get further up the pitch, and Gittins would have at least given you pace. At least the fact he didn't put on any of your attackers, I can't lie, it was his own wrongdoing, because he actually could have rectified his mistake of taking off the earlier.
He needed to leave. I would
exactly.
If it was me, I think he should have left on. Nah, for me it was Esteval, because I think Esteval can sort of like be in a tight spot and like pop a little pass off, a little 1-2. You know, and I think Neto obviously has got the strength and pace to run with it, but I think Esteval should have stayed on, man. I think that, and you know what? Fair play to João Pedro, man, because he was up there. On
he was quality,
the
man.
Whole game.
What
and you know
what?
He caused them a few issues, you know what I mean? And he's basically just running solo up there, man. So shout out Pedro, man.
So good, man.
LB, there was a point in the game where I'm watching, and I'm seeing him running, and it's Cucurella playing left wing, bro. Yeah? Cucurella left wing. João Pedro had 0 shots basically all game, right? Cucurella had 1 shot in the first half, which was off target. There was nobody for him to link up with. And Saeed knows how João Pedro plays at Old Trafford. He loves that place.
Bro, he loves that ground. I can't stand him, bro. Yeah.
I captained him on FPL. You know what I mean? No, obviously we all know Sanchez is prone to errors, right?
Man captained him, you know.
That was the quickest any Chelsea player's ever been sent off in our history. That's how mad that situation was.
Big up to Sesko, by the way. Big up to Sesko, by the way. You get me for the flick on and that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm disappointed, saying
look how shameless we are on this
bro. What do you mean, bro? You might have cooked him, bro. Like he had a hand in it. The reason why we won was because of Sesko. We won because of Sesko. We won because of Sesko,
Sesko started it off, man. Because I'm telling you now, Saeed, that second half for me was a slight indication of how the game would have gone with 11 men, right? I can't overly cook the team because the setup was just, bro. The game got thrown away instantly, and Maresca made it even harder for the team.
I seen big up Carefree Lewis, man. I seen his tweet and he said, "Why did Maresca nuke the attack?" And that's what he did. The guy just nuked the attack, man, with the subs. I could just say one thing on Chelsea, Reece James. I thought he was
quality. Yeah, he's the best right back in the league, man. I don't care what anybody says.
He is outstanding. It's kind of mad, but you know, when it was 2-1 and Chelsea were trying to get back in it, Reece James was their best chance of getting a goal. You know, down the outside, crosses in.
He was quality, man.
That's why he's the captain.
Man,
when he's fit, he's the best. He's the best right in the league, man.
Oh, 100%. He's got to be England's #1 right back, man. If he can stay
100%.
He is
without doubt.
Absolutely clear of any right back.
LB, do you remember that touch that came over the top and he just chested it down and just brought it down?
Man, he was bro. It was almost like playing right wing, midfield, right back, all in one, bro. And I was like, yo, get to him, bro. You know what I mean? But luckily, we did well to carry on.
Big up Santos for the second half as well. Big up Santos for the second half. I thought he was quality second half.
Yeah.
You know what, Don? That's why he's captain, because not only he's vocal, not only he's pushing players away to get away from the ref in case they get booked, he also leads through performances. I can't lie. That was a quality. And do you know what, with that game, if you thought Chelsea would come back in to it, it would be from him. And they got an assist from him. And do you know what I mean? It was a good
we could have scored again. There was a ball that he played across the box. Yeah, they were scrambling. It landed to Santos.
And he didn't hit it properly. You catch that properly like a Caicedo. It's going in.
And that was poor from Bayende to put that in the pot. Did we learn anything from United anyway? Has anyone got anything positive to say about United in terms of
you lose against Brentford? You lose against Brentford next week. We haven't learned nothing from.
But real talk though, Mazraoui. Let's talk about Mazraoui though. 12 million. He's unbelievable for me. Like he gets.
You was cooking him on. I seen you last week cooking him, bro.
No, I wasn't. I said, listen, he came from injury, bro, and he had a bad game. But all in all, bro, Mazraoui has a 7-8 out of 10.
No, we're not doing this. We're not glazing Mazraoui.
I thought our defense. Bro, listen to me. Hold on a minute. Our defense here. Our defense was solid in that game. That's what I'm going to take out of that game. Our defense was solid. Yeah, cool. We should have done better with 10 men. But defensively, I think De Ligt and Mazraoui deserve a bit of praise.
Saeed, I don't think your defense was at the level here where if we had our attackers on the pitch where we don't score, like
that's what I'm saying. You man balled it. That's why I said you man balled it.
Yeah, but for you to say I thought our defense was unbelievable, I thought your defense, defended against no attackers, basically.
Yeah, but still, there was still 50-50s to win. There was still moments where look at the situation when I don't know who had it. João Pedro had the ball. Mazarawi was behind him all over there. He ran across the football, chased him, and won the ball back. So come on, man. Like, listen, we can cook certain.
Yeah, but you're asking us. Your question was, did we learn anything about Man United?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you.
We didn't learn anything about Man United.
Okay. Because you know what it is, bro? I get accused there of being too negative about United, so I'm asking you lot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Question. No, we learned fuck all about Man United. Yeah, that is a bad game to judge Man United off. Yeah, and let's see who you got next.
Brentford away.
Honestly, that'll be a better because what you do, you've done this before. You've beaten you beat City before. Yeah,
I know against a bigger team.
Your record is actually not that bad. And then what happens is you beat a top 6 side. Your fan base starts glazing your performances. You start rating mid players like Mazarawi and that, and say, "Oh, we might be back here."
They're not mid. But go ahead.
And then you'll go to Mazarawi's a mid player. Then you'll go to somewhere like Brentford and get beat like 3.
It'll be right back for you lot, but yeah. Anyway,
you got Brentford and Sunderland next side. You got to win them both.
Yeah, brother. We must.
I can see one point.
3 wins in a row, bro.
We must, bro. And then it's
second half of the season. We're doing a title charge.
Yeah. No, man. No. Saeed, honestly, bro. I'm telling you, like, you know, Dogu, bro. Yeah, I've been.
Yeah, I mean,
I've been cooking this Dogu guy, but I'm telling you, I don't know what type of curse these guys have.
Dogu, listen, man.
Every single time we play against United, average players start to put in quality balls or quality shots or just quality passes.
Now you can't cross.
That first 5-10 minutes, no, bro. The first 5-10 minutes, he was putting in some good crosses.
Yeah, he was.
He put in, yeah, and was on the back foot. Yeah, it felt like initially, it felt like you were gonna score. It honestly felt like you were gonna score.
Yeah, that first 5 minutes we were. But that's all we do, bro. 10-20 minutes. Yeah, United always do well, bro. It's when 20 minutes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it goes past it. That's when we do badly.
So let me get you Saeed as well, yeah, bro. I don't know if you could see where you were sitting, yeah, but broski, you see every time the ball was getting passed across the pitch, you see how much rain was following the ball, bro.
Bro, it was honestly, bro,
holding
never
up.
Been that wet, man.
The ball was
holding it up, man. I just
man. It was
awful. Did you and Charlie actually get home? Didn't you get home late?
Bro, I had a hotel, so I stayed the night. Charlie, he stayed the night as well.
Yeah,
somewhere else. I don't know where it was.
Apparently, people missed the last train because the train.
Yeah, CB
paid like £500 to get home, bruv.
It's nasty, bro. Them Avanti West Coast trains are crazy, man. Guys, there's 2.4K in the building, and there's only 720 likes. You lot are mocking it, man. Hit the like button. Let's get to 1,000 likes, people. Adash has done. If you can only pick between Sanchez and Donnarumma to start for your team in the Champions League final, who are you picking? Donnarumma has a bozo gene, but Sanchez is the bozo. I mean, that's one of them ones where he knows. Yeah, Donnarumma, yeah. Kat says, I think the arrogance of Arsenal is thinking that taking the handbrake off me is an automatic win. Their preferred starting 11 hasn't proved anything. Riku says, proper Chelsea saw a goalkeeper who didn't start over a guy who couldn't make it at Sunderland, Jason Steele, and thought we'd love a bit of that. That's wild, you know, as well.
Bro, when we wanted to sign Sanchez, I was crashing the signing, bro. I couldn't understand what we was doing.
Yeah. Asked on how much money he owe Sanchez. Big up Fator. Hold that, man, by the way. I don't know. Was Fator there, by the way, in the game?
I didn't see him. Bro, I didn't see anyone. I was just at that bitch.
Bro, Fator, man. Come outside, bro. I can't lie. Blacklisted Manchester from now. Manchester's a cursed city. Chelsea never won in there since 2016. Well, they actually did during COVID 2021 in 2 wins in 10 years in Manny. Outrageous. That's crazy, you know. 2 wins in 10 years, bro. Big up Nicholas. 13 years are still counting OT. Chelsea won at the Etihad during the COVID 2021, but in full capacity, Chelsea haven't won there since 2016. Bad juju always happens. Michael Palmer says, tell Enzo to stop waiting to play Braga and Santa Clara. It's been 2 years, F's sake. 100 million waste man. He's an Argentinian Marino. Saeed is that Sesco 006.
But the thing is, this is what I'm saying. People keep cooking Enzo, but then I'm looking at Maresca. Why are you playing this guy as a 10? He's not a 10. Yeah, even Poch tried to play him there, and he's not a 10. So I've got the same energy. Play him a little bit deeper, like what you did against Brentford, and that's his best position. Enzo shouldn't be in between the lines trying to pick up the ball. He needs to be getting the ball from the fucking defense.
Yeah. People say Timber is better than Reece. Joke. And Sunderland
Ridiculous.
didn't do what Chelsea did, got a point. And I think the last comment was, yeah, I was there, duck out early, haha, last train back. Yeah, hold that, man.
I
You
didn't
get
see
me?
it. I didn't see it.
Let's talk on the Liverpool, man. 5-5, man. Bloody hell, man. Who's going to stop these lot, man? It's getting out of hand now at the minute, man. Wasn't a great, I would say, overall performance again, but first half, I thought you lot dominated and did enough to win the game, man. Roms, man, is there anything that kind of would concern you, or do you think, yo, man, I don't care, bro? 5-5. Chat to me.
First of all, like I always said, we've won all our games. They're the facts. Everything else is subjective. What I would say, though, is the first half was our best half of the season, in my opinion. I think we dominated from start to finish.
I agree.
I think we were excellent first half, but again, I think we just got complacent. We started to rest on our laurels, and it's like once we go 2 goals up, it's like, let's take the handbrake off now when we should continue to keep scoring, because Everton, especially in the second half, they started to be on the ascendancy. They started to grow. But I can't lie, again, it's Ekitike. For me, out of all our signings, he has been the best one. I don't think anyone will really argue with that. I think he's been excellent. I think that's 3 now, and I think he's got 3 and 6. I think he's assisted 2, so that's at 5 GA in 6 games. I think it was a lovely finish from him. And Ryan Gravenberch, right, whether the panel agrees or not, he is the best midfielder in the country at the moment. I'm not saying overall, but he's playing the best football in the country at the moment, because every game runs through him. He takes the pace of every game. He's now adding goals. I've always said with Gravenberch, the world's his oyster. He's got all the talent in the world. But the one thing he doesn't really have from last season was his end product. He even said he didn't score at all last season. This season already, quality goal against Newcastle to open his account, and then another quality finish. That's a striker's finish. If Haaland's doing that, if Mbappe's doing that, we're waxing lyrical, honestly, because the ball's even spinning away from him. So he has to still get it over Pickford. I just think he's playing amazing at the moment. Everything we're doing is running through him. I got to praise Bradley as well. I know some people said he should have got a yellow. He
did well against Grealish. I can't lie.
That's what a derby's about. Getting into your man, letting Grealish know he's there. And I think he somewhat did well against Grealish. I think Kirkes now is kind of coming into his own. His temperament we still need to coach his temperament a bit better, but I think he's actually playing well, because I actually would have started Robertson for this game. When I saw Kirkes starting, I was like, oh, maybe I want to go with experience. But because Robbo started against Atletico Madrid, it kind of made sense for him to start the game. But look, we've still not been behind in any game we've played this season. Yes, it is a worry that we're going 2-0 up and teams are starting to grow into the game. But at the end of the day, like Sav said earlier, we're not playing well. We've not even got out of first gear. And we're 5 out of 5, if you want to call it in the Prem, 6 out of 6 in all competitions. Look, I know the elephant in the room. People are going to speak about Wirtz. People are going to speak about Isaac. Isaac's still not fully match fit. When Wirtz actually came onto the pitch, we did look more unbalanced. I have to admit that. I know Liverpool fans in the chat don't want to speak about it, but we have to. We paid a lot of money. He does have to hit the ground running. I feel like a broken record coming onto this show every week. Liverpool fans want to ignore that conversation. I have no concerns that he won't eventually come good for us, but he doesn't have that grace period of maybe a 50, 60 million signing. He cost a lot. I see LB smiling there. he has to hit the ground running. And then even Isaac, he's not fully match fit, but we need these two to finally come into the team. But there's not really much to say. We keep winning. I feel like if we were losing games, there'll be even more pressure on
100%.
But I mean, he's played every game. We're 6 out of 6 now. Our next couple games are tricky because
you're losing at Palace. You're losing at Palace. Trust me. I'm telling you now. Your first loss is coming up.
I've watched Liverpool the last couple of years, man, and you usually do have a tough game there.
Just before you go,
just after season, you needed Elliot to score you like a last minute. Was it last minute? Like,
yeah,
Palace
well,
beat as well.
Do you know what? At Palace,
they were getting beat 1-0. They scored 2 goals in the last 10 minutes, didn't they?
At Palace, LB, we normally have a tough game, but we normally always win. I think we're unbeaten at Selhurst in our last 8.
Yeah.
But
it's Chris
they always give us.
I think was that the last time?
Yeah.
I remember that game.
It's been well over 10. It's been well over 10 years since we lost. But our next 3 away games, right? We have to go to Turkey. Sorry, Southampton. But after that, in Champions League and Premier League, it's Crystal Palace away, which will be tough, but I think we'll win that game. We then got Galatasaray. Now, going Turkey's never nice.
Aye, that's a madness.
And then we've got Don's lot at the bridge, where we already know we normally draw.
Is that before international break?
Yeah,
just before.
Why, Chelsea might be cooked, you know, man. Chelsea
are finished. What do you mean by that? We're going to lose 10 men in that game as well. We're going to have 10 men in that game as well.
Overhype your team, Don, is the problem.
Nah, I ain't going to lie to you, man.
Listen, Ron knows what time is when he plays.
Do you remember when I said at the start of the season, Don, that Chelsea not within 15 points of whoever wins the title, and you was like, that's delusional take?
Say that again?
At the start of the season, I said Chelsea wouldn't be within 15 points of whoever wins the title, and Chelsea.
We'll see come the end of the season if you're right.
I'll be right on that one. I'll be right on that one, 100%.
As it stands, you're still below me, buddy. You know what I mean?
You know what it'll be? Do you know why the Palace game? Do you know why the Palace game will be interesting though? Because you kind of touched on it, side that we're the only 2 unbeaten teams left, so they're going to be right up for it. We're going to be right up for it. You know what they say in boxing? Someone's O has to go, unless it's a draw, but someone's O has to go. So that'll be a very interesting game. But I'd say all our games to the international break, you'll really see where we are. But I do now want to see the performances pick up. But you know what, lads? At least it wasn't another late winner. So you can't beat me with that.
And also, by the way, 3 minutes added on, 3 minutes added on is a disgrace, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. That is crazy. I don't know what's going on, man. Here.
Justice for Dewsbury Hawker. I'm saying as a Liverpool fan, he shouldn't have got booked. When has that rule been introduced? That was
referee
crazy.
Was weird.
Man, that interview that Jack Grealish did was absolutely class, man. He was like, he's so confused. He's like, I know he don't come across as the best sometimes, but he literally like this referee.
But then he got booked apparently as well for asking the referee why he booked Dewsbury Hall for.
Why? This
is the thing with these referees, man. They're so arrogant. They're such arrogant people. These referees. You can't ask them a question. Yeah, you can't do nothing. You can't show no emotion. Yeah, they're horrible, man. I'll be real with you, yeah. And before anyone starts fucking getting all woke in the chat, I used to be a referee, mate, yeah. I know it's a tough job. Yeah, I
didn't even know that.
Yeah, bro, I was young, I was a referee. I earned a bit of pocket money.
What's your style, LB? What's your style?
My style is you give me
let the game flow.
Yeah, I give the other team a penalty, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it's a tough job, man. But these referees, they make it harder for themselves, man. They're so arrogant. They're horrible, man. I can't stand these referees, man. I'll be real with you.
Yeah, I thought that was a good battle between Grealish and
I know. I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was a very good battle, man. I thought all that second half, Liverpool, bro, because even at the end of the game, Roms, I don't know if you noticed, when the final whistle went, the way that Slot's team went to grab him, he looked at them and said, "Yo, move," as into like, bro, we get me. We got the 3 points.
We can't over celebrate.
Yeah, let's calm down. Innit? Let's not do an Arsenal like what they did last night and that. Let's just relax and we hope that we improve the performances. But first half, I thought that was probably Liverpool's best performance this season.
I can't lie. It was sensational football. Even the goals as well, man. Like the goals were brilliant. That Gravenberch goal reminded me of the goal against Ronaldo goal against them lot in 2015.
That was class, man. That Gravenberch,
man. He's been good, man. He's been good.
I can't even lie.
You're gonna walk the league's record, Dan.
Yeah, I think they will again, man. I can't even lie. I think they'll win it by like sort of 10, maybe even more points again. I really do.
I'm worried as well. I'm with Potsy. I'm worried, man. I'm watching Liverpool, and like, first of all, I don't think they're playing as badly as some people are making out. I think they're playing actually all right, and they've not even started. They've not even got these players into it. Isak's hardly kicked a ball. Wirtz will come good, and like we will start asking questions now because I think it's fair. But he will come good, 100%. The defense will only get better when they settle. I think Liverpool, man. Like, I think you know what? I think it's Van Dijk, mate. I think Van Dijk. Everyone talks about Salah and that, but I think if Van Dijk goes down, I think then there's some hope. But I just think he just keeps everything ticking at the back, man. And then they've got so much firepower up front that I just feel like they're always going to score, man.
Do you not think, like, with this Vert stuff, I do feel like, I know it's great, and as we always say, Dan, it's the YouTube thing. It's the YouTube thing.
The YouTube thing.
I think Wirtz has got it great, and I'll tell you why. He's playing in a team where, at the moment, he's got a lot of time to just get up to speed and to grow into it because Liverpool are winning every game. I don't see this big thing that, oh my God, Wirtz is terrible and Wirtz isn't that. Listen, this is a top quality player that's come to a brand new league. He's had 4 starts in the Premier League, already getting shit. The price tag wasn't his fault. He'll be absolutely fine. And in about 3 months, everyone will be going, oh my God, how good's this boy? So I think he's got I think he's gone to the best club for that to happen. They're winning every week. It's not down to him whether they win, lose, or draw. I think he's going to be absolutely fine.
He will be fine, but I think you know we're 6 games in now. And I think people are starting to ask questions, which I think is reasonable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what is it you want to see from it? Like what is it that will
impact?
Sure.
Value for money.
And do you know what's that?
Games.
Do you know what's
if you wanted 120 million or whatever the number is, would we be doing this? I just feel like you've got to give people a little bit of time.
Yeah, no. And just to clarify, I 100% think Wirtz will be a banger. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, of course.
And this is the first week now that I've even started asking questions about it. But I think people will be asking questions. That is the nature of big money signings. It happened to Pogba, it happened to Anthony, it happened to Grealish, it'll happen to Isak if he doesn't start.
It happened to Caicedo.
It's just a part of the football.
And look how many times though it becomes unfounded, right? Look how many times you look back and go, God, if people had just waited a little bit.
On the big money signings, as it, I think if you look at the Premier League,
I think if you look at use Chelsea as the example, I think Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo took so much crap when they first joined because of the massive fees.
But they're not difference makers, though. They're not difference makers. That's the problem with them too.
I don't think that's the truth for his price.
It shouldn't matter. They're still young players.
I'm talking about in terms of goals and assists, like with Wirtz, Enzo and Caicedo, like they can do things where it may not get appreciated as much. Whereas with Florian Wirtz, they've almost got to get a goal and assist for them to be proven like, it's been money value. You know what I mean? In that aspect.
You know what's that?
I get your point.
You know what's that? That's why I'd say the majority of the fan base aren't panicking because we know eventually he'll take to the team 100%. But I just feel like when he do come in for that fee, and I know you said it's not his fault, and it's not, but when you do come in for a fee like that, and you know what, when you compare it to other £100 million signings recently, like your Enzo's, your Caicedo's, their role wasn't really to put up numbers, where Wirtz's role to come in is more to put up numbers. But I agree with you, he will, because there's a Liverpool fan in chat, UKA8, he's saying he's not sure. And this is why I think with the modern day football fans, sometimes you can just be a bit reactionary. Oh my God, he's playing bad now, so this will continue.
I look at players where I'm like, if you look at look when Henry first came to the Premier League. If I look at Son in his first season at Spurs, and people were going, "Oh my God, what have we bought?" You know, there's so many players, no matter what the price tag, that come into the league, they're written off after 4 or 5 games. You've got to remember they're coming over, completely changing up their lifestyle, brand new team, lot of hype put on them. And then fans in 3 or 4 games are going, "Oh, shit, he's done nothing." And the reason I don't do that is because I'm old and ugly enough to know that so many times it just proves to be a bit silly. I get it. When we're talking about people like Anthony was never what Wirtz was for me. I think that was huge money for.
That's why I'm not going in too much, Sava, because I know that he will bang. But because I know that, like, you know, it's 120 million, I'll have a bit of a laugh with Rob.
But we're doing a little
now. What it is,
you got to get your digs in now. That's it.
You got to get a few digs in now. I ain't going over the top of it.
We're living in a time, Sava, where people want to just make sweeping statements as soon as possible, bro. You know what I mean? They want to make those sweeping statements as soon as possible because it suits their narrative or their agenda at the time. Right? A lot of these guys are just doing it because they hate Liverpool and they're hoping that they're hoping that Wirtz flops. But the reality is, I think he'll come good as well. He's got too many good players around him to flop. Like
100%. Bro.
We've seen it with so many. Like, if I just use my club as an example, I've seen it with Son, saw it with Modric. When Modric first came in for his first 10, 15 games, everyone was going, "This guy's weak. He can't pass. He's not big enough for the Premier League." He then turned into one of the best players in the world. So I'm not saying that's going to be Wirtz, but I just think that, like, people are doing it with Gyökeres without starting a Gyökeres debate. Like, you see a player for 4 or 5 games and everyone goes, "Shit, he's a flop." And I'm just like, I don't know. Other people, though, like Ekitike, he comes in and he's hit the ground running. But that could be personality. That could be a number of factors that go with that. So if you get 15, 18 games into the season and Wirtz isn't doing anything, I'm going to ask questions. But right now, I think
that's what I was going to ask.
It'll be all right. It'll be all right.
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah, what were you saying though in terms of? Let me ask you, Roms, actually, because obviously you're a Liverpool fan, and everyone else can come in. In terms of checkpoint, right? Where are you looking at Verts to say, bro, now I'm asking serious questions. Let's say your team starts to play a lot better, but you're not seeing him, putting up consistent numbers. I'm seeing now he's nearly on 007, isn't it? He's nearly on 007 as well. Yeah. It's peak, bro. When do you start to look at it? You're gonna give it a season or maybe Christmas? Like what are you saying, bro?
Well, you know what, Don, you're right. He is on 006. Zero losses, 0 draws, and 6 wins. So I can spin it that way as well. But if he gets to about, for me, after the last international break, so when you start the hectic Christmas run and whatnot, if we're not really seeing good signs then and he's not putting up numbers, that's when I'm kind of going to go, come on now, like we need to see something. But I reckon by then, John, he will what do you call it, start play better. And you know what I will say, in the little glimpses we've seen, especially against Atletico Madrid, when him and Isaac were playing together, they looked very good. He found Isaac twice, and Isaac nearly scored. Well, one went wide and one went straight to the keeper, but Isaac opened up his body and he got 2 shots.
That's so true, Roms. I said that on my channel. I said Verts will struggle more when he's playing with Ekitike because Ekitike likes to drop in and, he's almost as a sort of like false 9 sort of striker. Whereas Isak's going to be making run in behind the defense every single time.
Yeah.
So
do you know what, LB?
Give Verts the passing option.
Do you know what, LB? Like, whenever Verts gets the ball, the first person he looks at, if you watch it, he doesn't go to try and go wide. He looks for Isaac. If Isaac's on the pitch with him, he tries to straight away go for Isaac.
Ekitike wants to come short.
Exactly. And they've already got a good understanding, because I was at the Atletico Madrid game, and whenever Verts got the ball, he was ignoring Salah, he was ignoring Gakpo, just going straight to Isaac every time. So that's another thing. I think right now, to be a Liverpool fan, I would rather play bad and still be winning with our signings not really hitting the running. Then I mean, we were playing well, signings were hitting the ground, but we weren't winning games. Let's say we had a draw or lost by now. Then you're
winning masks a lot of stuff. Winning masks a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it masks a lot of stuff. But I just think right now there's no real time to panic. But to answer Don's question, if we get to about November, then you have that 3-month run where you have no international breaks and he's still not hitting the ground running, that's when it's a cause for concern. But he'll come good. We know this, man. He's too good of a player not to. Too good of a player not to.
Absolutely. Super chat here. Playing with Chalobah is like playing with 10 men. Anyway, how does United have a better centre-back pairing than Chelsea have spent?
Oh, they have a great defence, don't they?
No. You know what's so mad about it? Yeah, there was a moment in the game, right? One thing I always say about Chalobah, he likes to put other players in dodgy situations. Yeah, there was a time where the ball came to him. Cucurella, you can clearly see the guy's getting pressed and the guy's onto him. He just gives the ball to him, and I'm like, you're just passing on responsibility. Now you're gonna make your teammate look shit when you should have just cleared the ball. You know what I mean?
The ball.
He does that a lot, man. I thought you had a great defense. So you was telling us that you had a great defense, bro.
Saeed,
I said we've got world-class fullbacks. It's our centre backs that are.
No. You used to glaze your defense, bro.
Yeah, our defense has been good.
It's all falling apart, innit, bro? Everything you've been saying over the last months, it's all falling apart.
It's all falling apart. It's all falling apart.
He knows it's muddy.
Emmanuel Martinez fan club said, talking about refs, the last 3 games of Spurs, them refs have been rubbish. The Kudus foul was crazy. Richie foul, 2 pens in USL, and the goal last week. Let's talk about Tottenham. Tottenham, apparently, I didn't catch the game, but apparently Tottenham deserved 3 points. Is that so, or I don't know? You could tell me different.
I watched the first half. I watched the first half in the car.
We were very good. We were actually very good, but 2 mistakes for the goals. We dominated from start to finish. But if you're going to give away silly mistakes, you're going to let in goals. So I think Thomas Frank said as much after. But yeah, I think on the balance of play we deserved it. But the problem is, it's like we're just a little bit frail up top at the moment. We need to get Simmons up to speed. We need to get Mawani fit. And the problem is, if you keep playing players like Odegaard and Richarlison, you can only expect so much. That's the truth of it, right? It doesn't matter how good the rest of your team is. Richarlison up front is not it. And Odegaard is not good enough for the Premier League, in my opinion. But we're doing all right. We're doing all right, Saeed. We should have won the game. We didn't. And I don't think we can complain. 5 games, 1 defeat. If you had in the Champions League game and the Super Cup final as well, we've lost 1 game in 7. So I can't really complain after coming on here last year and complaining about just how shit Ange Postecoglou was week in, week out. So finally, my team looks like a team again. So
Yeah,
I'm happy with the direction. And we'll see what happens in the rest of the season.
Could I just ask this one thing that was bizarre? Because I watched the extended highlights of your game, and Xavi Simons, when he came on, was running the game. And this is what I find bizarre, because Thomas Frank, top manager, after Slot, he was even one of my candidates, and I got slated for it. I think he is top, and you lot will have a very good season. But what I found bizarre is not starting Xavi Simons, unless maybe he was nursing an injury or whatnot, because you've got a Carabao Cup game that you can rest him for. So why not just give him the start?
He said it's the same thing. This was the problem with bringing in Simons and Mawani in the last week of the window, is that they just had no time. And Thomas Frank said at the weekend that Xavi Simons wasn't 100% fit, so he wanted to start. He wanted to start him in the 2 games before. He settled him in on the left-hand side, get him some minutes. But I get it, right? If you're not 100% fit, it's very difficult. But listen, when he did come on, and I really hope we now start seeing him. I really hope we start seeing him in that 10 position. But the problem is we didn't. This has been, ask any Spurs fan who watches me. This is my biggest issue. When people were waxing lyrical about the window, I'm just so gutted we did not replace Son. And it's not that I don't think it was the right time for Son to go.
But you have to replace him, though.
You've got to replace him. And we had all summer, and whether people are going to talk about Savio or Lookman or Fofana, who we bid for on the last day from Lyon.
I didn't go for Semenyo, Savio, if I'm honest.
We did go for Semenyo. We did at the beginning of the window, but he was signing a new contract. That's the one I'd love. He's powerful. He's like
he's quality.
But to not buy that left-sided player just leaves us really unbalanced.
Yeah,
and it means that every game at the moment, Thomas Frank's having to find a workaround rather than going, "That's my guy." So we've seen Odegaard on the left, we've seen Simons on the left, we've seen Brennan Johnson on the left, we've seen Tell on the left. And obviously there's nothing we can do until the window, but look, for what he's got, for the squad that he's got, for the players that he's got at his disposal, I think we're doing really well. And Kudus has been absolutely phenomenal.
He's been quality. He's been quality, man. He's been quality.
You know what?
You're not ticking along. Go on.
He's been
another player I want to give credit for, and I think credit to, and I think he's an unsung hero. I know he didn't play against Brighton, but I think Papa Sarr, he's been quality for you lot. I think he's been quality for you. I don't think the Paulinas, the Kuduses, your other players, the Xavi Simons, they're always going to get the limelight. They're always going to get the headline. And I think your back four as well has been excellent. But I think Papa Sarr is just one of them players that just do everything to a good level, and he doesn't really get his praise. And he chips in with a goal. I think he's been amazing, honestly.
Do you know what Papa Sarr is? I think Papa Sarr's brilliant for certain games. I think Papa Sarr's brilliant for the games where you don't have as much of the ball, his athleticism, breaking up play, winning it, driving forward with it. I think when we have a game where we've got a lot of the football, like Brighton, I think we had like something like 64%. I don't know. It was mad. We never go to Brighton and do that. Papa Sarr's not that guy. He's not the technical passer, but but he is getting better and better. And that's the conundrum I think that he's got to work out. You've got Bergvall in there. You've got Bentancur, Paulinho, who has to start, by the way. He's been quality. He's one of the most duels in the Premier League, apparently. In terms he has been
ground duels.
Absolutely phenomenal, that boy. He loves a tackle.
That shows the genius of, because obviously you watch Spurs way more than me. The fact you just said in a game against a team where you're going to dominate the ball, that's why he's gone for that more technical midfield of Bergvall, Bentancur, and Paulina, because you would say they're all good. They're all technically sound, you would say, with the ball, where Sarr, like you said, he's that box crasher. He'll get you the odd goal, but maybe he's not the type to calm down the game. And you know,
I still think one of the key things that we're missing, and by the way, it's not all going to happen in one go, but I've said Spurs desperately need a left winger. We desperately need a top striker, because I don't care what anyone says. Richarlison and Solanke are not. They're not that level. They're not. And I still think Spurs need next summer. I think we need a ball playing number 8. We need a guy that gets on the ball and controls the game, and we don't have that. We got Bergkamp who drives with it.
Sorry, Saf, before you finish. Sorry,
no,
mate.
Go on.
There's a couple. I think there's a couple of underrated players at Spurs. I know we're on a wrap, so I'll be quick. I think Pat Matisar's a great shout for being underrated. I think Jed Spence has been unbelievable for Tottenham as well. I've got to be honest with you. I know he didn't play ahead. I think the doggy played, but I think Spence has been unbelievable for Spurs. I think the best signing, you can talk about Kudus, you can talk about Xavi Simons. I agree. I think he's a great player. I think the best signing Spurs have made is Thomas Frank. Like I really do. I think. I truly, big up to Danny. I truly believe that there'll be a very hard side to beat Tottenham. And I wanted to ask you, Sav, like, instead of saying where do you think Spurs will finish, who do you think is definitely guaranteed to finish above Spurs? That's what I want to know. Which teams are like guaranteed? Because I think there's like only 3 or 4 in terms of being guaranteed. I think there's a few others that I just don't know where to put: Newcastle, Spurs, and these guys, because I think it's close. I think Liverpool, Arsenal, and City probably will. Maybe Chelsea. But
the 4 definites, I would say, is City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea. I think their squad depth.
Yeah, there's 4 definites. Yeah.
I've said I think we'll finish 6th purely because I think we're a Paulinho or Kudus injury away from having no outlet on the wings and no DM. So, look, if all goes to plan, Dan, if everyone stays fit and healthy, there's no reason we can't finish 5th. But I think somewhere between that 5th and 7th mark, Villa falling off a cliff has really helped. Newcastle, I expect, will be in and around there. Other than that, have a Bournemouth or a Palace got enough to sustain for the season? I'm not sure. So 5th or 6th, I think 6th. I'll be conservative. Thomas Frank's first year.
I know you want to wrap, but one last question for Sav. I know obviously you had one of the worst chairmen. Obviously off the field he was good, but when it comes to transfer dealings, whatnot, you had Levy. He's now gone. Do you think, let's say you get an injury, whatnot, and Levy once upon a time will go back into the January market? Big up, Chris. But do you now think, now you've got a different chairman or you're about to appoint a chairman, do you now think if you were to get an injury to a Paulinho or Kudus, your new chairman or whoever director of football will go back into the market and actually be proactive?
Good question.
That's the $1 million question every Spurs fan wants to know. Like for years and years, we've all had a pop at Daniel Levy. And we've all said it's him, but essentially the same owners still own this football club. So what they've done is Levy's come out and we've appointed a non-exec chairman. If Enoch now starts spending the money big, then we can say, well, was it Levy? Was it them? Have they changed? But listen, you're right. What we've got to see, Spurs in January window need to go and do something to show the fans it's a new era, it's a new dawn. Whether it's Savio, whether you're going to pay 80, 90 million to get Semenyo with 5 years on his, whatever it is, go and get it done. Show everyone that we want to compete with City, Arsenal, Liverpool. At the moment, we're not there, but I just think Dan is 100% spot on. Thomas Frank for me is class. I mean, this guy is going to make us not a laughing stock this year. So I'm well happy with the direction we're going in. And Q Wednesday night Doncaster at home and Tottenham getting knocked out. I think we're and we've got Wolves at home Saturday night, so a really good chance to kick on. So
100%. You'll beat Wolves, man. You'll beat Wolves.
You know what? Say, just before you wrap, can we all quickly go around the panel? Who do we all have in the next round of the League Cup? So you said Doncaster. Who do you have?
Shut up. Shush. Don't you ever do that on my channel again, yeah?
One game a week until January is crazy, bro.
Bro, listen, man.
1 game a week until January.
I ain't even gonna cover any of the games. I'm staying out of it. Like,
I've got a team. I've got a team near Grimsby, bro. I got Lincoln. Lincoln, man.
Lincoln are flying, to be fair, man. Let's do.
Who have Nottingham Forest got?
Hey.
Why are you still checking on
This
Ange?
is where we need. This is where we need Wolfie.
Wolfie can't cook no one this game.
Hey,
man.
Sava,
Listen,
why you still checking on Ange? Man said we have not
Listen.
enough for it.
all right, listen, that
Because
man was
what-
celebrating.
Don,
Look,
Don, Wolfie gave me so much shit every
I
single
know. You
game
got to
last
cook
year.
him every week.
Oh, they got
And
knocked out in
all I said to him every week was, I hope you get this manager one day. I hope you get this man. He was like, nah.
And then it happened.
And then it happened.
Wait,
Yeah.
they got knocked out, right? By
They
Swansea.
were 2-0 up. They were 2-0
Oh,
2-0
up.
up, 2-0
Now
up,
I know
lost
why you said it.
3-2.
Okay, now I know you said. All right,
Just
all right,
before we
cool,
wrap
cool.
up, yeah, winner of the week. Anyone got a winner of the week? Just a anyone that you think deserves a winner.
Hey, yeah. Ooh.
I'm gonna say
Is it a team or a team or a player?
anyone, any particular
Any-
person.
anyone,
in the league.
anyone.
Palace.
I'm
What a
gonna
great
say Gravenberch.
start
Gonna say
for Palace.
Gravenberch.
Yeah.
I'll probably say Gravenberch again. Yeah. He kind
Yeah.
of started that. He started that W, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
I'll
go
go
of the week,
I'll go
Balls of the
TK, man. That TK guy is baller, bro. I'll say it.
yeah. TK's quality. Yeah.
Both of the
And,
week, I'll say Maresca and Sanchez, bro. I have to give it to both.
Sanchez. Yeah.
Maresca and Sanchez, both of them.
Yeah, and Unai Emery as well, man. Leaving the game before the game's over, man. Man just left the game, bro.
What's
Yeah,
happening?
yo, bye-bye.
First goal, though.
What is happening there, man?
Yeah, bro. He's gonna get sacked, bro. He's gonna get sacked,
Emery,
man.
next Man United manager is Unai Emery. There you go.
Boy.
true.
Listen,
It's true,
people,
you know,
we're gonna wrap
actually.
up here, man. It's been a lit show, man. We're still not on 1,000 likes. We're 100 away, man. Let's get these likes up, chat, man. It deserves at least 1,000 likes. Everyone, make sure you follow everyone's channels, man. Football Verbal Rums. Thank you as always, man. Big up to you, bro.
Big up. Yeah, new app dropping at 7 p.m. on Wednesday. Big up Sav every time. Potts, Don, Jamal TV every time. Everyone in the chat. Listen, great show as always, man. And have a good week.
Yeah, come on, bro. Sava, big up to you, man. Football Heritage TV. Let them know what they can find you, man.
Yeah, Football Heritage TV live at 3 o'clock today. And then, just thanks for having me. I've enjoyed it. Good panel. And one day we'll get the answer from Don about Sanchez and Donnarumma. We'll keep plugging away with that one.
I answered the super chat earlier. They said Champions League final, Donnarumma or Sanchez. I said
All right, so
Donnarumma.
I had to pay for you to answer me. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. It's not a free answer. it's not a
YouTube's
free
gone
answer.
mad.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy, man. Big up, Don, man. Blue Diaries therapy today. What are you saying?
Yeah, man. Blue Diaries therapy, as always, people. That's about half 6 after me and Rance's show. Me and Rance obviously are one-on-one later on today. I don't know if Lewis will be on because he was on last week. He might be. Lewis, you should let me know if you are in it. But yeah, me and Rance are gonna go back and forth, man. But yeah, big up the chat. It was a good show, man, and big up the panel, man.
Yeah, big up, man. Obviously, football's 12th man. Dan Potts. Let them know what you got coming up, bro.
Love, bro. Love having me. Big up to the panel. Big up to the chat. Yeah, man. Football's 12th man. I'm going to be on Race for Europe tonight, 8 p.m. with an unbelievable panel. So please make sure you come over, show some love. I know on the road to 60K, people. So if you could come and help, love or subscribe. Big up to you, Saeed.
Come on, bro. Big up to everyone who's locked in right now. I'll be back later on as well for the Straight Jacket podcast. So make sure you tune in there as well. Also, Ballon d'Or's on tonight as well. Hopefully, Lamine Yamal wins it. But yeah, big up to everyone who's locked in. Smash a like on the video, subscribe, and I'll see you next week, man. Midday live. Boy, we'll be there.